A&J's Collectibles. Incredible Hulk. Bruce Banner. Big ass box. I gotta get in the background. It's taking up too much room right here. So, let's go over this guy. Stay tuned. A&J's Collectibles. How's it going? What's up, guys? Incredible Hulk. Bruce Banner. Marvel's Endgame. Avengers. One big ass PVC diorama. You can see how big the box is. You can see the picture on the back. It does not have one of those with the picture in it. So you're just getting a little picture on the back and a little storyline. As you can see, he's not in the box. But this is the box. He is a GameStop edition, $69.99. I did pay $69.99. Actually, Jamie paid $69.99. You can get them on Amazon right now for $45. So, the best bet if you want him is to get him on Amazon. Here's a little storyline in the back. It tells about Bruce Banner. Then it tells about how he's kind of fighting with himself and he's kind of stuck in his body right now. So, other than that, let's get this box out the way and let's actually see this big guy. Like I said, you can get him on Amazon for $45 right now. So, if you want him, it's a good time to grab him. Otherwise, $69, and then once he's officially gone, then the prices start going up. So. Here is the big guy. As you can see, he is pretty big. His base is pretty big. He's definitely the biggest statue I've got now. So all the way around, you can definitely tell a difference in size even with the base. So he's a little bit bigger spot, so you need a little bit more room to place him, especially with his arm span and then him holding the medals. He reaches out a little bit farther, his base reaches out a little bit farther, so he's a lot bigger piece, so you need more room for him. But like, I got these shelves, so all my statues are pretty much on top of the shelves and not inside the shelves. For those cube shelves that you get at Walmart, most of the statues, some of the statues will fit. Some are just a little too tall. They're barely too tall. So the top of them is probably the best bet, unless you get bigger cases or something. So right off the bat, let me turn this. Right off the bat, I can tell you, with him, there's some really bad seam lines on him. You will see a seam line at his leg where it connects to his knee. The worst seam line is right here where his belly and back meets his lower area and his butt. But yeah, this seam line all the way around is pretty bad. You can just, it don't look that good. And then there's another seam line around his chest, and this one goes under his arm and all the way across his back, and then back under to the front. So that's three seam lines. Yeah, see that one you can see right at the knee. This one you can see belly and right over his butt, and this one you can see right over his chest. And then it looks like there's actually another one in his armpit where his arm is connected. Same on both arms. So you got another one right there. And I'm not talking about like a shirt seam line. This is like where they put him together, where it looks like they almost glued him together. So that's going to be the only downfall about this statue. But then again, I mean, you're paying a budget price rather than buying the higher sideshow statues and everything, where you're paying a lot higher price and you really don't want to see a seam line on those types of statues. With these lower price ones, you still don't want to see a seam line, but on the other hand, like I said, it's a lower price statue, so you're kind of going to get what you get with these ones. I mean, with the other ones you actually piece them together and you don't want to see the seam lines when you piece them together. These ones already come in one piece, there is no switch outs or anything. So you still want to see a seam line though, because that looks pretty crappy. But overall, it looks really good. So you got this base that he's obviously crushing just by stepping on. You can see his feet are just huge, and his uniform or costume wraps around the bottom of his heel and wraps around his foot to stay on. You can really see it on this side. So you see the bands that go around each foot. And then his feet and toes are huge. Now as for this costume uniform, purple gray, it is all the way. This is the design of the uniform basically. So it's just gonna have that design all the way up, the purple mixed with the gray and the lighter gray, all the way up the shoulders, his chest, and then the same with his hands. The band wraps around his hand on each hand, so you'll see where it kind of holds it. Same with his feet. And then you'll see the shirt seam line, which is not a bad line like these ones. It's just where the shirt goes over and you can see his neck, so it looks good where the green pops out, the hawk pops out, and then you'll see Bruce Banner's face with that hairdo he's got, that weird hairdo he's got, which looks good. He's got that mean grin on his face. The teeth look good. The eyebrows look good. Little pointy nose. So all in all, that looks good, especially his head, the neck, the hair, it all looks good. Now if we move over to the hands and the fingers, where they're gripping on to these metals, we will notice some paint splatter, I guess you would say. It's the metals they tried to get between the fingers is kind of splattering over onto his hands, and flip-flopped the green from his hands is actually going onto this metal. And that is the same with both. There's gray all over his fingers, and then there's green all over these metals. That shouldn't be green. So the paint job is not that good. I mean, if you're looking at it close, you're gonna see it. The metals look pretty good though, overall. Where his hand is not gripping, they're all bent up, and the colors on them look really good. And the other thing that looks really good about this is it's a tight-fitted bodysuit, so you can see all the muscular through it. With it being an Incredible Hulk, you want to see that big, brainy guy. So that looks good because you can actually see that he's big and buff. You can see the muscles through his arms. You can see the muscles through his back. You can see the muscles on his leg. So that looks good. The only other issue I would say, there is some green down here in his uniform. So again, there's some paint defects where the uniform wraps around under the foot. There's some paint defects there. And then you have the base looks good. Not really. You see a little bit of green on the base. So, but overall the base looks pretty good. All bent up. I would have thought that these metals would have been a little bit darker to match these metals. Instead of almost the same color as the base. Same with this brick or cement. This probably should have been a little bit darker so it doesn't exactly match this base. And then the other thing would be his hands and his feet. As we know, Incredible Hulk is like a darker green, and his face and his neck is a darker green. But when you get up to his hands and his feet, they are really, really light green. They don't look like the green of the Incredible Hulk. So overall, when you put him, set him down, he's pretty badass. It's just when you get up close and start observing him that you notice certain paint defects. You notice the seam lines, and you notice again the paint color is off. So, which is crazy that they would have this darker green here, but a lighter green here and a lighter green here. So you do have those defects. I guess if you don't care about those, like I said, he'd be setting up, and if you're far enough back, you're really not going to notice that. But if you're looking up close, he's probably, and it's probably too because he's the biggest piece, one of the bigger guys. So you get those seam lines of where they put them together versus like Deadpool over here, where you're not really going to see any seam line on him. But these ones are just really bad seam lines. But he is a more expensive piece than these ones, being that he is a bigger piece. So, overall, like I said, when he's setting up and he's sitting in the back, he don't look bad. He looks good. It's just when you get up close. So, that's it for the Hawk. Is he worth it? Yeah. He's worth it. But some stuff you're just gonna have to deal with when you get it, especially if you're not paying a higher price. So next we'll go to Iron Man. After we do Iron Man, we'll check out this Deadpool over here. And then when we're done with Deadpool, we'll move on to these other ones, which I got a couple of them that were really cheap. Because like I said, for GameStop right now, they are getting rid of all the older statues and moving into newer statues. Like they got Black Widow now, and she is, believe it or not, and probably just because this movie is out of Black Widow, that she's about $160 right now. So she's smaller than him and way more than him. So other than that, we'll get going on these guys. I've done like 4 videos, 3 videos today, 1 yesterday, so I'm trying to get through them. Well, I got this little bit of time off. So like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one.